Hello, everyone. Good morning, and welcome to our time together on Everyday Prosperity. I'm here, Laurie LaMantia, with the delightful Tricia Fiske. How
Good
you
morning,
doing?
everybody.
Good
I'm
to see
good.
you. Oh, good. So today we would like to talk about choosing to level up. And we're going to flesh this out a little bit together, but for today, the idea is that we get to choose our vibration. We get to choose our frequency. And I was taking a class with Trisha, and we were talking, she did this beautiful introduction about Tantra, which is a science, truly, an energy science that lets us really understand that we are energy beings and vibration beings first. And of course, we inhabit these amazing bodies, but learning to inhabit them and realize that we're radiators of this frequency is the choice that we make. And then we get to choose what radiation or what vibration we're going to take, and for the purposes of, everyday prosperity, you can vibrate fear, scarcity,
Right.
worry, limitation, overwhelmment. Those are all vibrations. And you could almost hear, and this is worth looking at in your body. When you say the word scarcity or I am poor, it vibrates certain way in
Mm.
your body. And when you say, I am magical, I'm abundant, I'm unlimited. And sometimes you'll hear your voice in your head go, well, no, I'm not. And then you hear your vibration go bonk. And so this today we're talking about choosing to level up that vibration and choosing how we're going to vibrate because that's our energy and that's the law of attraction in action, and that's how we become conscious creators is by vibrating and allowing ourselves the gift of understanding how powerful we are when we start to acknowledge our vibration and and learn how to um I want to say manage it a little bit better with our mind, heart, and what we do and say and be in the world.
Right. And I want to stress again, because we do often, and this is important to know too. So even leveling up means you're still going to come face to face with your limiting beliefs. Like those can't go away without you allowing them to come up and saying, okay, been there, done that. We're going to let go of that one. So we're not talking about any woohoo kind of experience where you just decide to level up and from then on everything in your life is perfect and nothing ever goes wrong again.
No,
And
and
money rains at the door and right.
right.
There's still, in order for that level up to happen, there has to almost be a rejection of less than.
Right. And I had that happen over the weekend. This might be a time to talk about. I was doing this meditation and I got really scared to open my heart because I didn't want to be vulnerable, my innocence. When I open my heart, I'm very innocent. I have this sense of innocence. I'm like, oh, you want that? You can have that. I mean, I get very giving. I get very um, free. I get very vulnerable. And and so I'm learning that I don't want to reject that. I don't want to say, and I think I have shut down my innocence because I didn't want to get hurt. And so it came up. I guess I'm giving this as an example that it came up, and it didn't come up in some terrible way. It just came up in like a meditation where I was like, oh, and it hurt because I had an experience where I was, emotionally hurt when I was innocent, but I was like, oh, I really want to figure out how to level this up in a way that I honor my innocence. I don't shut my heart down, but I still have the discernment to choose when, where, how, with who, in what situations. I got to give myself that grace.
Yes. Yes.
So when we're choosing to level up, And of course, stay in your body because that's really important. Your body is the thing vibrating, not just your head. Your whole
Right.
countenance is vibrating
Right.
and it's sending messages and it's doing the law of attraction. And so I was just really loving Tantra for this, using Tantra as a vehicle and a way to communicate about our capabilities.
Right. Yes. So some of these philosophical core principles that Lori is talking about are, number one, that the universe and all that is in it is inherently sacred, and so are we, because we are created and part of this universe. That the body is a universe unto itself, an exact reflection of the larger universe outside of it. So the body is not something to shame or to try to avoid
Or transcend
or transcend. Right?
or
Yes,
get
to
over.
transcend out of it. Right? No,
Right.
the body is part of it. If you understand how to systematically enter your body and harness its powers, your body can be a springboard for spiritual awakening. That Tantra aims to positively impact your outer and inner world. So you expand your view of the world and yourself, increase joy, capacity, creativity, freedom, self awareness.
Mm. And
And that, so,
oh, go ahead.
again, I just, yeah, I just can't say this enough. And I think I must be telling myself this, and that's why I have to keep saying it, is that bit about accepting whatever comes up as an invitation to say, I'm divine. I'm from this divine creator. I can feel that. I can feel it when I let myself get sensitive to the palms of my hands and the tips of my fingers, and based on a lot of meditating, that third eye, that center of the brain, when I allow myself to really feel those things. And in fact, there is a very powerful meditation just for feeling energy in the tips of your fingers.
Mm.
You just wiggle your fingers and then concentrate on it, and you start to feel the energy in it. I mean, we are that moves through us, in us, and surrounds us. And
Right.
tapping into that is the beginning of letting yourself know, I am that. I am that. Yes,
Right.
I'm a body, but I'm that as well.
Right. Yes. That classic, I'm not a soul having a human experience. I'm a human having a soul experience. It's not our soul stuffed into our body. Our body is a part of this big radiant energy that's, it's unlimited. And so um we get to as we go on our journey here, we get to understand that our presence in this moment gives us access to that choice, the choice to
Yes.
remember these things. And one of the things that you said in the Tantra class, which I thought was so powerful, was it's not about overcoming desires. It's not about overcoming duality. There is that duality, and that's what you started with. There's the
Right.
good, there's the duality. But Tantra helps us get objective and float just a little bit above it so we can have desires and realize, we do live in a time-bound universe. Tantra gives us that perspective, that energetic understanding that we don't have to give up all that to be a good, God person. We get to have all
No,
that.
right. No, not at all. In fact, our dharma, or our purpose for this life that we're in, most of our desires are coming from fulfillment of that desire. So
Mm,
if you look at it that way, my desires are me fulfilling the dharma I came here to live, instead of, oh, that's out of reach for me, or oh, I should just stick into my lane and stay in my own lane and not
mm,
expand up past that. That's almost limiting the reason your soul even came into this life.
Right, right. Your desires are different than my desires, and that's what makes us,
Right.
it's such a cool thing to do. And there's plenty of room for all of it.
Yes, 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 yes.
100%. So, and that's why we get to choose again about when I follow the things that are enjoyment to me, I get to, which is weird, right? Because we're told, don't follow your joy. Well, we're getting better at it. When we were growing up, it was a lot like, joy. Who's got time for joy? Um, but now it's more and more the case. And joy is not just sitting around enjoying TV or eating. It's experiencing yourself as a creator, being curious, being connecting with people that you love being with. There's so much to enjoy nature. We talk about that all the time. I think when we're choosing to level up, we're also choosing to do the things that our hearts enjoy that we're called to that aren't the stuff that maybe we were taught we should enjoy, but the things that we really
And
do enjoy.
right, which speaks to your own unique
Mm.
dharma or purpose here, right? You are, if you think of it as, by fulfilling these desires I have, I'm actually fulfilling my purpose here on earth.
Right, bingo.
Right.
Wow, right? That's
Yeah.
that's that philosophy is so not usual.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely true. It's not usually what you hear. You hear, don't dream too big, or don't think too
Right,
big, or don't desire too much.
exactly.
Yeah. You're
Right,
supposed to give it up, right? Sacrifice everything.
right.
Right. Well,
For
that's the
what?
other
Right. And
thing.
but
Right.
feel how that felt in your body. Even I saw when I was looking at it, it was like, there was
I,
like a little
I
black poof come over your head.
I
It
know.
felt
I was
good.
going to say, one of the reasons at first became so attracted to the philosophy of Tantra was Tantra actually said, like, this dream of being human and fulfilling your dharma is not just for priests or nuns or pastors or people who give everything up and go live in the forest. It's for a normal householder. A normal
Mm,
householder can reach the same state of bliss that somebody who devotes their whole life to it. And I thought, wow, I never heard that growing up. I never heard that that was possible. It was always about sacrifice, or this or that. You could have this
right.
or you could have that. Not that you could have it all. And so that
Mm.
really pulled me into tantra. Like,
And yeah,
yeah,
and it's a beautiful message, and it's such a needed message right now because I think we in this world are being called. We're being called, as regular householders to hold this new understanding, this new energy, and not say, well, they're doing it, so I'm not. I get to too. And together that's what's going to create this heaven and on earth movement that is going to shift. It is shifting the energies. It's just, you're not going to see it on the TV. You're going to see it somewhere else, like here,
right,
right here,
right.
even though we're not filming ourselves because it's too much. The words I
Well,
hope
it's
still get
Monday
out there,
morning, right?
right? And that's our great service is as householders, choosing to level up, choosing to vibrate at the highest and most generous that we can. Taking that moment of presence. I was standing in line at Menards and there's so many people with all their trees and their plants and their mud and everything. And I was like, this is amazing. It was just so beautiful. And the whole place felt like it was a glow. And I'd like to say that I was putting my little nugget of love into great world water system, that it can, that's, that can make a huge difference. I know it does. I don't have to do anything more. But if you're called to more, awesome. But radiating that is so needed right now.
It really is. It really is. So I want to read again, from the book, The Secret of the Yoga Sutra, the translation by Pandit Rajmani Tiganaya, that says, Patanjali begins his discourse on yoga with the long held conviction of the sages that a human being is an island of excellence. To be born as a human is the greatest achievement, and to die without knowing the essence of life, the greatest loss.
Mm.
No other creature has a brain and nervous system as evolved as ours. The retentive power of our mind is unmatched. Our ability to comprehend time, space, and the law of cause and effect, as well as our ability to store our experiences non sequentially and retrieve them both sequentially and non sequentially, places us above all other living beings. We are extraordinary beings, individual islands of excellence. Nothing is impossible for us.
Right. And now leveling up is we together may, all these islands coming together and becoming a network and honoring all of life
Mm.
and bringing all of life with us in that up leveling and is going to be one of the most beautiful things that is going on right now. I believe it is. And will I be around to watch it? This age that's coming, that we're in the middle of. I hope so. I think it's going to come faster than we think, but that's where we are contributing by leveling up our vibration, choosing love over fear, choosing abundance over scarcity, choosing um, connection over isolation, whatever that might be for you. And that's what I guess the homework for today would be is how can you allow yourself to have your desires? How can you level up anything, any limitation that you might be feeling? See it and, how can I vibrate and use my energy just a little bit more loving and see how it changes my day?
And then enjoy it.
Right, right.
Enjoy
Right,
it.
right. You might not need to change anything. You might just go stand
Right.
out there and smell the lilies and go, this is it. I'm in
This is
heaven.
better.
I
Right.
am in
Right.
paradise.
Right. Right.
So enjoy yourselves today and have a wonderful week. And we love when you vibrate, juicy. Who doesn't love
Yeah.
that, right?
Right. We're feeling it.
We're feeling it. Namaste, everyone.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.